Once upon a time, in a cozy little airport, there lived a small airplane named Pippin. Pippin wasn't like the big, strong airplanes that flew across oceans and carried hundreds of passengers. He was a tiny, shiny red plane with just enough room for a pilot and a few passengers. Every day, Pippin watched the big planes soar high into the sky, leaving trails of white clouds behind them. He dreamed of flying just like them, but he was too small to go on long journeys. One evening, as the sun was setting and the sky turned orange and pink, Pippin sighed and said to his friend, a wise old owl named Oliver who lived in the control tower, "I wish I could fly as far as the big planes. I want to see the world." Oliver hooted softly and said, "Pippin, being small doesn't mean you can't do big things. Sometimes, the most important adventures are the ones close to home." Pippin wasn't sure what Oliver meant, but he nodded and decided to rest for the night. The next morning, as the sun rose, a little boy named Max and his mom arrived at the airport. Max was excited because it was his first time flying, and he was a little nervous too. When he saw Pippin, his eyes lit up. "Mom, can we fly in that one? It's so cute." Pippin's pilot, Captain Ellie, smiled and said, "Of course, Pippin is perfect for a first flight." As Pippin taxied down the runway, he felt a little nervous too. He wasn't used to carrying passengers, especially a little boy who was counting on him. But as he lifted off the ground, he felt a surge of joy. The wind whistled past his wings, and the world below looked like a colorful patchwork quilt. Max pressed his face against the window, pointing at the tiny houses, cars, and rivers below. "Wow, this is amazing," he shouted. Pippin felt proud. He might not be flying across the ocean, but he was making Max's day special. When they landed safely, Max ran to his mom and said, "That was the best flight ever. Pippin is the coolest plane in the world." That night, as Pippin rested in the hangar, he thought about what Oliver had said. He realized that even though he was small, he had made a big difference in Max's life. From that day on, Pippin didn't feel sad about being little. He knew that every flight, no matter how short, could be an adventure. And so, Pippin continued to fly, bringing joy to everyone who climbed aboard, one small adventure at a time.